There is a Starbucks that is like above reserve, like a Starbucks no one's ever heard of or been to.
Manufactured its own nourishment within its body. It had 2 sacks on each of its hips.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up.
Yo, what's up, gang? We're back for another one. Today we got a few videos that has the internet at a standstill. Let's get to it.
Your NDA is expired and you could talk about this. You used to work at a secret Starbucks, is that right?
Yeah, there is a Starbucks that is like above reserve, like a Starbucks no one's ever heard of or been to. All right. Have you ever wondered while driving in Los Angeles, how come you've never seen like Will Smith stuck in traffic on the 405?
Yeah.
I've never seen a 1%er just in their car stuck in traffic.
Why is that?
That's because there's a series of intricate tunnels underneath Los Angeles known as the Actor Bond. I'm not kidding. Like, they get access points to move through the city without ever having to be in traffic. You can come up in LAX. You can pop up at Dodger Stadium. Underneath there in those tunnels is Starbuckses set up at different locations to allow them to get coffees while they're driving. All of
them?
Seinfeld.
You've
Oprah,
seen Seinfeld down there?
Bono. I've seen Seinfeld down there. Dude, almond milk latte, 2 shots.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was he a good tipper?
They don't have to pay.
So this has been underneath Los Angeles for a few years now? I mean, how long has this been there for?
I mean, it predates me. It seems like the city was built on top of it. So, I think this goes all the way back to the 20s.
This doesn't seem real almost. This is crazy.
I imagine how I sound saying it.
The reason why you don't see celebrities in LA traffic is because they got their windows up and they got 5% tints on it. But all jokes aside though, it really sounds believable. But the first question I would have for him is, how did he know there was an underground Starbucks to begin with?
The former CEO of clothing store Abercrombie Fitch has been arrested on sex trafficking and interstate prostitution charges. Mike Jeffries was at the top of the company for over 2 decades. His arrest follows years of sexual misconduct and allegations made against him, both in court and online. Fox 5's Lisa Evers is live in downtown Brooklyn, where both federal and local authorities are set to hold a news conference at any moment right now. Lisa, I know Abercrombie was kind of the center of a controversial documentary not too long ago as well.
Yes, there was that controversial documentary. And Bianca, at this hour, the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District is holding a press conference in his conference room in the building you see right behind me, announcing these charges of sex trafficking and prostitution against at least 3 men who were top executives in the fashion industry. Aspiring male models were allegedly forced to have sex in order to get jobs. One of those arrested, we can confirm, is Mike Jeffries, the former CEO of Abercrombie Fitch. The U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District is providing details of these alleged crimes right now and how this all unfolded, how long it had been going on, and the scope of it, whether it was national or international. And this case comes after civil suits were filed by men claiming the abuse.
Looks like Michael Jeffries and Diddy was following that same script, but unfortunately that script didn't tell him that handcuffs was going to be the end game.
Non-human intelligence exists. Non-human intelligence has been interacting with humanity on this planet. This interaction is ongoing and it's not new. And there is 0 doubt. But you already knew that. So how do we go about convincing other people that this is the case? Particularly people that aren't necessarily privy to all the information that some of us may otherwise be.
As much as the UFO topic is intriguing and I myself believe there's extraterrestrials out there, that topic is deep and it's not really for everyone to believe.
I was a counterintelligence officer for the base. There were 4 other OSI agents assigned there. And each agent had a compartmented job to do within Area 51.
What was your job as your position there?
Mine was to safeguard special projects. And the special projects involved ETs, not only ET creatures, but ET technology.
Were you keeping that also just in the Air Force? Were you keeping it from the politicians? Were you keeping it from other 3-letter agencies? Or were they kind of involved with that?
There were some projects that we were working on that involved CIA, DIA, and mostly DARPA. But we did keep secrets from government and politicians.
Well, what can you tell us about some of the ETs there or these extraterrestrial beings that you had contact with?
There was a project there called Amber Sun, Project Amber Sun, highly classified project that dealt with in examining and researching extraterrestrials that the government had captured or found in the desert or at crash sites. And that project, I was involved with that project.
Were you on these retrieval teams too?
I was on one retrieval team, but that's actually, it wasn't a retrieval team so much as it was one of the creatures escaped from the complex at Papoose Lake. It was called Site 5, Papoose Site 5, Alpha Site, they called it. And that's where they kept the creatures. There were a number of creatures there. I was never briefed in the exact number of creatures, but the one that escaped, I was involved with. I was on a search team trying to find this creature that escaped.
What kind of creature was it? Do you know what it looked like or where it came from?
I know it came from someplace 10 light years away from Earth. I was briefed into that part of it. I was shown a picture of the creature. It was quite a hideous looking creature. It had a very large head, had a body that looked like a praying mantis.
Are these the Trantiloids you speak of?
Yes, Trantiloids. And this creature had no teeth, had a mouth, had 2 slots for nose, 2 openings for ears, and had gill-like glands on its face where it would suck in air, our air, so it could breathe Earth air. But the most amazing thing about this creature was it didn't require food. It manufactured its own nourishment within its body. It had 2 sacs on each of its hips, and it would produce from internal organs these golf ball size nodules, and they would be inside the sacs.
Mm-hmm.
When the creature required nourishment, it would reach in and take a ball out of this nourishment and place it in its mouth. That's the only nourishment that these creatures needed. It did drink water, but there was no other food that it ate.
I've had some experience with beings like this, and we call it chemogenesis, and it's life from chemicals that they produce themselves, so they don't have to have food like we do and extract minerals and vitamins from it. It's very interesting.
Yeah, that's exactly what this was. They found out later.
I'm not sure what year this interview took place, but hopefully they found this creature or whatever they're looking for. The last thing we need is an uninvited guest at the family barbecue. That could very well be Photoshop, but in the event it's real, when you're dealing with stuff like this, hopefully they got an X-rated sign at the park entrance.
I can't wait for everybody to find out what's really been going on in the background. Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one. I want you to think about this.
I don't laugh though.
Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane. Move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened.
The Jaguar writer is speaking with so much passion, it's kind of hard not to believe her. But growing up, Jay used to be my favorite rapper until I realized the math is not mathing for a lot of things.
NASA owns the rights to the interior of the Great Pyramid.
They also own the rights to a section of the Grand Canyon. Took a helicopter down into the Grand Canyon. They said we can't walk to this area. Area I heard had old carvings or something would be over in this area. So I started trying to walk that way. And this guy pops out of nowhere with all black on, black hat, black military outfit with no logos, and an AR-15, and tells me, halt, you can't go any further. I'm like, why? I said, what's going on? Well, didn't they tell you couldn't come over here? I said, well, they did, but I'm thinking, I just want to see, what's over here. Can you just tell me, sir, like, why can't I come over here? He says, NASA owns the rights to this section. You can't come over here.
Do you have any theories of why that is?
This got to be technological. Starts at something with space. And then also, where else? Chaco Canyon, same situation. They actually own the rights to those round former things that look like they might have been domes or whatever. That now there's no dome, but you can see those round circles. So it's like, so wait a minute, what's going on here?
My guess is NASA has a deep-rooted interest in the Grand Canyon because there's probably ancient secrets that either debunk or makes a connection with outer space.
I've heard from people in the Pentagon that the buzzword in the secret of secrets in the Pentagon is the Sumerian gods are returning, and that's what they're referring to as that whole area that Peter's.
Wow! Can you repeat that again, just in case anybody missed it? The buzzword in
the Pentagon, in the military circles that are in the know about the cover-up here, they kind of in whispered tones talk about the return of the Sumerian gods. And they're talking about the what we would call aliens or fallen angels returning.
I believe that fallen angels are real and they live among us. So for the Pentagon to say that they're coming back is pretty interesting because ever since they fell from heaven, I don't think they ever left.
So this is California, and this is crazy because what we have been talking about lately, especially since April 8th of this year, with this massive cosmological event, we have a lot of pressure changes in the earth, just like in 1800 we had that massive earthquake in 1811 and 1812. And of course that happened after a total solar eclipse. Now, lately, for a little while, this guy right here, we've had this guy telling everybody to evacuate California for about a month or two. If you look at his TikTok, that's all it is. He has shirts that literally say, evacuate California.
Evacuate! Evacuate the state of California right now! Survive San Andreas! Y'all don't want to be here when that earthquake hit!
He said he had a vision where all of California came underwater after huge earthquakes. Could he really be this crazy, or is he telling you something that he himself saw? Not to mention a living Nostradamus and the other Nostradamus' predictions.
I'm not sure what year or time frame that dude in California be making those videos, but as of right now, it's October 28th. Hopefully he evacuated California by now because no sense in giving evacuation warnings if you're not going to do it yourself. I might have to call cap on this one though because that could very well be CGI. It's kind of hard for me to believe that mountain is a petrified cast member from the Jurassic Park crew. If you're enjoying this video and getting some value from it, don't forget to share this video to people like you and I. But let's get back to it.
So, British Columbia, Canada just got hit with an atmospheric river last night, and people are waking up with 3 to 5 feet of water in their house, y'all. This literally looks like another scene from North Carolina and Tennessee. Look at this, y'all. Look, what the? Bro, are you kidding me? Look at this. People are waking up with water in their homes. And the fact of the matter is, people are not getting the news about this because in Canada, you can't even share this type of information. And you think your car is safe because you're on high ground, but this happened to you, like the water's coming from above. That's what an atmospheric river is. Like the water is literally rivers in the sky. That's what they say. This is what it is. So an atmospheric river is basically rivers in the sky. That's what scientists say it is, basically. But this is happening in Canada, y'all. Look at this. And then y'all remember just a few days ago, the sky in Canada was looking like this. Y'all remember this? Right? And they just got hit with the atmospheric river. Look at that, y'all. Right over here as well, y'all. Look at that. It looks like an ocean, right? Looks like the ocean.
Proof that it's real. Ottawa.
And it's crazy, man, because this is what's going on in Canada as we speak, y'all. But like I said, the people of Canada aren't even aware of this because a lot of them can't even get the news, y'all. So y'all gotta let it be known, y'all. Share this video. Let's continue to get this shit, y'all. Peace in.
That brown water river looks like the result of HAARP cloud seat and button getting stuck in the on position. And this cloud's got waves like they've been wearing do-rags all day.
Well, there it comes. Wow.
Well, let's see green lights. Green lights would be, you can see it's... Oh, yes. Yes, so this will get real, it's going to go quite a loud bang. We're going to be coming here soon. It's working. Holy fuck.
Holy shit.
Yeah!
Holy shit.
Come on, baby.
Holy shit.
Come on, baby.
God damn.
Fuck, look at that thing.
No freaking way.
You got this, you got this.
No freaking way. No freaking way.
I would expect nothing less from Elon. As soon as NASA caught whiff of that, they probably had him on speed dial.
So did y'all know that there has been a blackout that have left the whole country of Cuba in complete darkness, y'all? Now what they are saying is that one of the major power plants in Cuba failed and this caused the electrical grid to malfunction. Now Cuban people are used to the blackouts, but this right here is unparalleled. They've never experienced this before and they are blaming the United States. Prime Minister Manuel Moreno said this is actually going to get worse. Y'all see this? He says, and it seems that he assures himself that this is not going to get solved anytime soon, y'all. So just so you know, over 10 million people have been left without power in Cuba and they have to resort to other manners of, trying to get light. The Prime Minister says we have reached this point and must say with all transparency that we have to paralyze the economy and all the fundamental institutions in order to guarantee the electricity to the population. Y'all, when I tell you everything is shutting down, even Cuba's most renowned restaurant, the Floridita, is having a hard time keeping its doors open. And this blackout is also affecting them in such a way where they're not even able to power on their generators, y'all.
In contrast, even in daytime, the lights are on at the Floridita, which has the money for a generator. The bar counts Ernest Hemingway as its most famous patron. Tourism helps power Cuba. But this sector has seen a fall in income and contributed to the country's inability to keep the lights on. Cuba's communist government say their energy crisis is a product of the US trade embargo that has left Cuba cut off from the West.
And if you didn't know, Cuba was also affected by Hurricane Milton and Hurricane Helene, so this financially impacted them. Now, I don't know what this means for Cuba, but we see the changes are happening, y'all.
Unfortunately, Cuba can't reach out to the US for help because we're not allies, so hopefully Russia and China can step in. And I would say Venezuela, but they barely got resources to help themselves.
Just so you know, an octopus is an alien, and what happened was an alien egg hitched onto a tardigrade, and that tardigrade came into our dimension and started eating on some grass and fell into the ocean. And then that octopus alien egg hatched, and now we have octopuses here. But they're ultimately always trying to get back to their dimension, and they're stuck here in this world purgatory. And it's really sad. Unfortunately, we can't figure out which dimension they're from and which planet they're from to get them back. We've been communicating with them. We've been using dolphins as interpreters to try and understand what their planet looked like, what it sounded like, what star system it's in. But there's just so many disconnects, and there's so many light years of technology that we don't have that it's going to take a while for us to get octopuses back to their planet. But we're doing our best. We're doing our best. It is an absolute top issue, and we're here with you, octopi. Sorry that so many people eat you. I think that's super up.
I'm not sure that guy's actually trolling or if I should take him serious, considering he's in front of the CIA green screen, but to his credit, an octopus is one of the smartest but scariest looking ocean creatures out there.
Mermaids are real. I told you a few days ago, I'm back to prove it. We'll come right back to that video of that mermaid that you just saw. So we have no doubt had mermaids all throughout our history, But remember when the fallen angels came down and mated with the women? And there were genetic hybrids all over the earth? So much to the point that God flooded it? Look at this right behind me. Why are these people wearing fish suits? You too? It's because it's Dagon, a fish mermaid god. And they would all wear fish's outforms for the god. That really existed. Think Little Mermaid. Now, here's Dagon, the fish god, and there's the Vatican hat. Guess what? Same thing. And deep into Egyptian lore, it talks about the fish people coming out of the water and beating the Egyptians in a battle. Now, there's many kinds of mermaids. You know they're all documented? See its head? See its head? Dagon? Fish people. Exactly like this weird creature that popped up on the internet swimming through the ocean. Now back to this weird freaking thing. Take a good look at it. Can you spot it? Here you go. Mermaids were real and they are real because they won't die in a flood.
If this is how mermaids truly look, then Disney exaggerated the Little Mermaid more than meteorologists exaggerate the weather forecast.
If you know, you know, Kylie Jenner's daughter came up to her on camera mid-interview, and just listen to what Kylie was telling her. Makes you wonder.
What happened?
Are you a part of the Illuminati? Yes. No, I'm not. Did that come up as a lie when I said yes?
Yes, that's true.
Oh, that means I'm not. You said, are you a part of the Illuminati? And I said yes.
And then you changed it.
And then I said no. But I said, I'm just kidding.
Don't try to work the system, okay? Let me work you. You need to stop.
I am not a part of the Illuminati.
And my body makes me like a shapeshifter. I can squeeze into anything. But no one trusted us for years. It would never.
Did she say what I thought she said?
And then once I would get to Paris and try on the samples, I would be like, oh wait, she actually fits on her stuff.
Way back in the days, I was the biggest fan of Courtney because to me, she seemed like the most normal sibling. But over the past few years, something got into it because she's been acting weird or different. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call cap on this one as well. No, I know TMZ is typically the first outlet to break the news, but you mean to tell me that TMZ just happened to catch Bigfoot taking a sunbath? All right.
Now what the hell going on here, America? Check out this video with Rashad Jamal's wife having an emotional breakdown on live. Y'all know them people set that man up and gave him 16 years for waking up the world. Check this out. Ooh-wee.
But I do want to address
Free Rashad
the
Jamal.
people that have been around us, okay? That we don't even know these people, you know. Right. We invited these people to certain events. You know, we give good energy every time that we around people. And for the fact that want to continue to lie and then lie on me, it's very, very heartbreaking. It's very, very heartbreaking. It's not me, this shit I never said. I've always done my husband. I always support him and I'm always gonna support him. There's nothing you can do to make me break us. You know, so stop the lies. One thing about it, what I have learned through this experience, we got the media lying. We had people around us that we was gonna invest in, that we seen the best in them, you know. But now they're trying to turn on us and use it for their benefit.
Dang, she's going through it though, but free Rashad Jamal. All right, y'all, so that's it for the video. If you're still here with me, you're the real one, and I appreciate you greatly. But let me know your thoughts of any of the clips that you saw today. Drop your thoughts in the comments. In the meantime, be good, be safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.